Good morning. So we're going to work on our fixed and variable expenses, everybody. So with this one, everybody, what we're working on is how can you compare fixed and variable expenses in the manufacturing process. So how can you compare fixed and variable expenses in the manufacturing process? Okay, so variable expenses, everybody. So those are ones. So okay, so variable expenses are going to be a number and a letter. Okay. So we use PQ. Okay. So Q is the quantity. So Q for quantity. Q for quantity. And then our the P, okay, P in this case, everybody, is the cost to produce. So P for produce, okay, just like mx, like so our slope and our x variable, okay. So so we use cost to produce times the quantity, okay. And then the fixed expense, everybody, is just going to be a number by itself. So fixed expenses. So those would be like further building, just things that are fixed expenses, okay. And we use the letter F, okay, which is our y-intercept. Okay, so it's a fixed expense. And then V is our variable. So if we look at our expense equation, everybody, it's going to be E is equal to the variable expenses plus our fixed cost, okay, which we use as expenses equal to the cost to produce times the quantity plus the fixed. And it is going to be a linear equation. Remember, y is equal to mx plus b. We're doing the linear regression. So this is, so expense function is a linear equation. Okay, so if we look at that one, everybody, we're going to have, so let's do an example. So let's say that we have fixed expenses for the business is $17,600. Okay. The labor and material per widget costs $7.53 to produce. So $7.53, okay, per item, per widget, okay. So our steps for this, everybody. So we're gonna work on identifying those variables. Okay, so we're going to find the variable cost. Okay, so our variable cost is going to be the $7.53 times the quantity. Okay, so notice up here, so variable cost, cost to produce times the quantity, that's our variable cost. And then we need to identify our fixed cost. So this is where, remember, everybody, you want to read the problems carefully. So we identify our fixed cost, which is $17,600. Okay, and then we're just going to put it all together. So plug and check. So we're just going to put it all in. So expense equation is going to equal $7.53 times the quantity plus 17,600. Okay, and that is our expense equation in terms of the quantity. Expense equation in terms of quantity. Okay, so what if they asked us, well, what is the cost of 500 widgets? Okay, so let's say our equation is equal to cost to produce is 6 times the quantity plus 11,000. Okay, so I'm just going to take and I'm going to substitute in. I'm going to substitute in this 500 widgets because that's the quantity, plus say 11,000. So I'm going to multiply 6 times 500. Notice I'm not using commas, everybody, because when we do this in Canvas, you don't want to put commas in. Okay. Let's see, 11,000. Gonna combine like terms, so we get 14,000. Okay. So the cost to produce 500 widgets is 4,000. So let's write the problem. So what's the cost of 500 widgets? Okay. We're going to find E of producing. So let's say, everybody, we change the quantity. Let's say we want to change the quantity to 15,000. Okay. So let's use a different equation. So let's say, everybody, we have where it's going to be, it's $1.19 to produce times the quantity plus 12,000. Okay, so we're going to substitute it in. So I'm going to go E is equal to $1.18. I'm going to put in the 50,000 plus 12,000. So we get E is equal to 71,000. Okay, so everybody, that is our cost. So then let's say, everybody, we want to figure out what the variable cost is. Okay, so what our variable cost is going to be. Well, that's not variable cost. We're going to solve for the average cost. Okay, So average cost, everybody, is going to be okay, so average cost is equal to the expense divided by the quantity. Okay. So all you're doing with this, everybody, is taking the expense okay, take the expense equation and you're going to divide it by the quantity. Okay. So we're going to have E is equal to E divided by Q is going to be equal to, and I'm going to take the 71,000. I'm going to put it in there. Sorry, I can't do simple. 71,000. Divided by our quantity of 50,000. I'm bringing that 50,000 down here. Okay. Remember, we're always going to round to the cents place. So we're going to go ahead and round it. To $1.42. This is for average cost. Okay, so let's do an example, everybody. So let's say we want to find the average cost to produce 100,000 hand warmers. Okay, I know we don't need those right now. So we have our expense equation is $3.40 the cost to produce times the quantity plus our fixed cost of 189,000. We're gonna take, we can just do it all together. Okay. So we're gonna find an AVG, everybody is abbreviation for average, find the average cost to produce 100,000 hand warmers. Right now we need hand coolers, but that's hold on, that's right. Okay, so we're gonna have, so it's gonna be E is equal to, and over the $3.40 times, remember we have to do parentheses, times 100,000. And I will let you know you want to make sure that you're counting the zeros, plus 189,000 parentheses. We have to do the parentheses, everybody, so that it multiplies and adds this together before it divides by 100,000. So you're going to put that on the calculator, everybody. You can use decimals if you want to. It'd be $5.29, everybody, is the average cost. Okay, you got this.